Welcome back, friends. I'm Chef Walter. Some of our viewers have expressed a desire to have some information on salt varietals. So this episode of News You Can Eat will analyze 5 of the most important and the most popular salts used in America today. In my kitchen, I use many more than 5. I am somewhat of a collector and a fanatic of salts, but you don't need to be obsessed as I am. All you need to know is everyone needs salt for fluid balance, muscles, and nerve function. But too much salt in the body may be harmful as well. Our body tells us how much sodium it contains. If we are thirsty, the kidneys eventually will speed up the process of getting rid of it. Too much sodium is also linked to various physical ailments. What we know for certain is that the American diet is rich in salt and sodium. Because we consume way too much processed food between restaurants, snacks, and convenience products. This trend of high sodium intake began in the late 60s, I believe, when we essentially moved away from home cooking to a convenience dining, hence relying on manufactured food. Salt is really sodium chloride. It is 40% sodium and the rest is chlorine. First on the list is table salt. So, table salt has fine crystals, you know, the one in a cylinder that you see with the stripes, yeah, that one. Table salt has fine crystals refined from underground salt deposit to which potassium iodide is usually added for a healthy thyroid and other preservatives as well. Table salt is a general use salt and it's good for baking, soaking, and cleaning. So it's your typical workhorse. Has no substance really, if you want my view. Next in line, kosher salt. Kosher salt is a coarser version of the table salt, but does not contain additives or preservatives. The crystals are larger than table salt and can be extracted from land or sea. Most cooks prefer kosher salt because it is easier to pinch between the fingers. I also suggest it if you are preserving a koshering meat because it absorbs more moisture. Third on the list, sea salt. Sea salt is more flavorful than both table and kosher salts due to the natural traces of other minerals that remain in the salts from the evaporated seawater. It comes in both coarse and fine crystal. It can also be iodine fortified. Sea salt is made with very little processing, and for cooking, coarser sea salt crystals can substitute for table salt. But the flavor that makes sea salt unique are basically lost when it is used in cooking or baking. So sea salt's finest expression are when it's used as a finishing salt. So at the end of a meal, just about when you're ready to present it, sprinkle some of that sea salt on the flesh or on the surface of whatever you're making. And as it melts by touching the heat, I think you will find it very different and unique. Then we have fleur de sel. These crystals are harvested from salt ponds in France and are very delicate and therefore very expensive when compared to other salts. Yet many say that fleur de sel is worth its price tag, and I think the actual quality of the salt warrants for the type of money. And just like sea salt, it's best used as a finishing touch on fish and vegetable, but it makes a wonderful ending on desserts and chocolates. Then we have the Hawaiian salt. Hawaiian salts are generally black or red. I say pink. The red salt has an earthy taste, and it derives from the mineral alay. It contains the volcanic baked Hawaiian red clay, which is enriched with iron oxide. The black salt is enriched with charcoal, which can aid also to digestion. These salts can be sprinkled on fish and meats or used as a bath salt, believe it or not. And as I said previously, there are many more salts on the marketplace produced in various parts of the world. One that I'm suggesting that I use very often, and I think it's available also near you in your local markets, it's a black salt which comes from the island of Cyprus. It's known for its large pyramid-shaped crystals, has a mild flavor, which is common among salts produced in the Mediterranean countries. You can use it for savory cooking and baking. It does contain a lot less sodium than other salts that we have listed, and it makes ideal for those who have hypertension or those who are observing a diet based on low salt. So I hope I was able to make you more aware on salts today. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It's called the Chef Walter's Cooking School. And if you would like some recipe and some tips and suggestions for cooking, follow us on www.chefwalterfinefoods.com. Go on my blog, and there you have it. You have new recipes along with some tips so that you might be able to use in your cooking on a daily basis. And that does it for us here at News You Can Eat 24. We'll chat with you on the next episode. Ciao.